Title: The Miracle of Sunny Days. A new beginning. The Thompsons were not a perfect family, but they were definitely happy. They lived in a small house on the outskirts of Seattle, with V. It was a beautiful garden full of colorful flowers that welcomed each sunrise. Emily and Jack, both in their 30s, had been married for more than 5 years. Although they did not have children yet, his life was full of laughter, love, and projects to do. Emily was a cheerful woman, always willing to bring a smile to anyone around her. She worked as a graphic designer from Sa, and his life was full of color, literally, thanks to his work. Jack, for his part, was a big-hearted man, a mathematics teacher at a local high school. Although I thought that his work was serious and structured, Jack had a contagious sense of humor that brightened the lives of those who knew him. One day, while Emily was in her home office working, Jack came running, with a big smile on his face and his eyes shining with excitement. "Emily, we have news," he exclaimed as he approached her. Emily looked up from her computer, surprised by Jack's energy. "What's wrong?" she asked, feeling her heart beat faster at her husband's excited expression. "I'm going to be a dad," said Jack, holding up an envelope. Large, with the word adoption written on it. Emily couldn't help but laugh. For a moment, she thought Jack was joking. But seeing the seriousness on his face, Emily's heart skipped a beat. "Really? Are we adopting a baby?" she asked, with tears of happiness beginning to well up in her eyes. Jack nodded, smiling like a child. "Yes, Emily. They gave us the opportunity to be padres. It's a miracle." The arrival of Max. The adoption wasn't a quick process, but after months of paperwork, interviews, and long nights of waiting, Emily and Jack finally received the news. How much they had waited. A 3-month-old baby named Max was waiting for them. Max had big dark eyes and a smile that lit up the room. The first time they held Max in his arms, it was as if the whole world had stopped. Everything that had happened before seemed small compared to that moment. Emily looked at Jack, who had shining eyes, and together they realized that their life had just changed forever. Max, with his contagious laughter and inexhaustible energy, brought a new wave of joy to the Thompson family. Every day was full of laughter, cuddles, and new surprises. Max quickly became the center of Emily and Jack's universe, who learned to enjoy the simplest moments, like watching the sun set together in their garden, or to spoon Max's babbling sound while they played. The fun challenges. Although life with a baby wasn't always easy, Emily and Jack took it with great grace. Instead of feeling overwhelmed, for the nights without sleeping, or the diapers that seemed to pile up faster than they could change, they found fun ways to face it all. One of the family's favorite activities, it was bath time. Emily had turned Max's bath into a whole event, putting on cheerful music and creating bubbles up to the ceiling. Jack always took the role of clown, making funny faces in the mirror and making Max laugh out loud. "This child doesn't know what serenity is," said Jack while Max splashed water everywhere, but laughter was all that mattered. There were also funny moments, like when Max, in his eagerness to imitate his parents, tried to talk on the phone, grabbing any object nearby and holding it to his ear, as if I was in an important call. The birthday party. A year after Max arrived in their lives, Emily and Jack decided to throw a birthday party for him. Although Max barely had 1 year, the idea of celebrating with friends and family filled them with happiness. What they didn't know was that that party would become an event full of surprises. The morning of the party, Jack woke up. "I agree with the idea of decorating the garden with balloons and flags, but what I didn't expect was that a great storm would break out in the middle of the day." The winds began to blow strongly, and the balloons they took to the sky. The decoration they had planned so much flew into the air in a matter of minutes. "This is going to be epic," laughed Emily, while running after a flying balloon. "Nothing can ruin the Max's day." When friends and family arrived, the storm had already passed, and although the decoration was a little messy, the atmosphere was still joyful and full of love. The party was celebratory in the living room of his house, with music, games, and a lot of food. Max, for his part, enjoyed his cake like never before, covering his face with cream and laughing with everyone. An unconditional love. To me. Dida that the years passed, Emily and Jack learned that being parents was not only about giving everything to their children, but also about receiving their unconditional love. Max grew up surrounded by joy, but Tam Ian's valuable lessons about love, generosity, and the importance of family. Each day was full of small miracles. From Max's first, "I love you," to the daily mischief that, and they made everyone laugh. The Thompsons' life, although sometimes a little chaotic, was full of blessings. On a sunny afternoon, while they were playing together in the garden, Emily looked at Jack, Max, and the sky, and knew that all the difficulties and challenges of life were worthwhile for those moments of pure happiness. End.